All right, so we're going to finish up on 4.7 today. So if you can have out your uh, notes on that, we're going to be looking at writing each quotient as a complex number. So last time we talked about adding complex numbers, subtracting complex numbers, and multiplying complex numbers. Today we're going to talk about dividing complex numbers. So we want to get it in that nice form of a plus bi. That's our final goal, is to kind of get it in the a plus bi. Um, Something you need to know about i's, and in math we do not leave i's down in our denominator like that. So what you want to do is you want to multiply the numerator and denominator by the conjugate of whatever's down the denominator there. So usually it's in that a plus bi form, but since this one's just 3i here, just multiply by its opposite, which is 3i, or negative 3i, and multiply um, the numerator there by negative 3i. So when I do that, I'm going to have to distribute the negative 3i there through the numerator up there, so I get a negative 27i, and I get a minus 36i squared all over negative 9i squared. Now remember, I squared from our notes from before, I squared there has a value of negative 1. So we're going to replace the I squareds there with negative 1. So doing that, I get negative 27 minus 36 times negative 1 all over negative I times negative 1. So I took all the I squareds there and I replaced them with negative 1. And I forgot my I in there. So I get negative 27i, and I've got a minus 36 times a negative 1, so that's going to give me a plus 36. All over down here, negative 9 times negative 1 here ends up giving me a value of 9. So now we can just go ahead and divide each one of our, you can pull this apart. I can say negative 27i over 9 plus 36 over 9. So negative 27 divided by 9 here is negative 3i, and 36 divided by 4 here, divided by 9 there is 4. And remember, we always put it in the form of a plus bi. So I'm going to rewrite these in the correct order, and I end up getting 4 minus 3i. Always want it in that form. So let's try one that's in a little bit differently when we're looking at the denominator there. In the denominator this time we've got 1 minus 4i. So this one here, you want to multiply by the conjugate. So you want to do 1 plus 4i. So this is 1 minus 4i, so this was exactly the same, except this one, the other one had a minus in there, we multiply by a plus. Now if it was the other way around and you were given 1 plus 4i, then you'd multiply the top and the bottom there by 1 minus 4i. All right, so again, we got to FOIL this out. So FOILing this out, I got to take 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 4i here is plus 8i. 3i times 1 is plus 3i. 3i times 4i is plus 12i squared. All over, you can FOIL out this part here as well. So the denominator, 1 times 1 is 1. 1 times 4i is 4i. Negative 4i times 1 is a minus 4i. And we got negative 4i times a plus 4i here is a negative 16i squared. So up there in my numerator there, I'm going to combine my like terms. So I've got that 8i and that 3i, and I can add those together, and I get 11i. I've got that 12i squared. Remember, I squared there has a value of negative 1. So I could replace that I squared up there with a negative 1. And then down here in the denominator here, the like terms are right there. 4 minus 4i there, they just cancel each other out. I'm left with 1 minus 16 times I squared. But I squared there has a value of negative 1. So cleaning that up, I get 2 plus 11i. 12 times a negative 1 is just a minus 12. And down here, I get 16 times a negative 1 is a negative 16. I got a minus a negative 16, which becomes a plus 16. So I'm going to keep cleaning this up. Up here in the, or simplifying it, up here in the numerator there, 2 minus 12 here is a negative 10 plus 11i. all divided by 17. I can now pull it apart. I can take negative 10 divided by the denominator, and then take 11i divided by the denominator, and there it is. Negative 10 17ths plus 11 17ths I. And we can't go any farther than that. So again, multiply the numerator denominator by the conjugate of the denominator. Because what will happen there is exactly what happened in here. This 4 and this minus 4i, you want to get them to cancel out. And they do. You end up getting no i's at the bottom when we do that. So you are going to continue working on the 4-7 worksheet tomorrow. So we'll do that tomorrow.